Hey everybody, it's Benny1 and I'm back at you with another movie review series, everyone. And you guys all voted. I think there was about 20 people that voted this time, which I really appreciate everybody participating in the votes for which movie franchise you guys want me to review next. And then obviously rewatch them, review them, and then I will do a ranking of the movies afterwards when I'm done. And the Harry Potter franchise won this time. It was a pretty close battle, actually, this time around, where my last one, the Superman movies, was the clear-cut winner. This time, not so much. So yes, the Harry Potter franchise won, everybody. So I'm going to review the first 8 Harry Potter movies, and then I will go and review the Fantastic Beast trilogy that they have done so far after we're done with that, and then I will put out a big old ranking of all the movies after I'm done rewatching them and reviewing them, everybody. So we're starting right off where this whole thing began, and that is 2001's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or over in the UK, as it was known, the Philosopher's Stone, everybody. That's right, because it has a different title over there. So yes, in 2001, we were introduced to a live-action movie version of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter that was already in books at the time, because I think the first 2 books were out when this movie came out. I'm not 100% sure on that. I just know in middle school, when I was in middle school in like 2001 and 2000, I remember the first 2 books being there. So I think the first 2 books were out, maybe the third one, I'm not sure. You guys can let me know in the comments. So this movie is directed by Chris Columbus, everyone. That's right, he directed the first one and the second one. And I think he did a fantastic job directing these first 2 movies, because the first 2 Harry Potter movies, especially this one, they're very kid-friendly movies, because as these movies went on, they got a darker tone to them because we started to grow up with our main characters. But this one starts out very kid-friendly, very kiddie, very light-hearted for the most part, and we just get introduced to this awesome world of Harry Potter, the Wizarding World. So I'm going to go through the cast that is in this movie, at least most of them, and then from here on out, I won't really go through the cast in every single movie except for the people that are new to the movies, because for the most part, I would say about 80 or more % of the cast is actually reoccurring and in all of these movies the entire way, which is a very unheard of feat for a movie franchise. So that's pretty cool. So right off the bat, we're going to start off with our young trio, our main characters, freaking Harry, Ron, and Hermione. They were 10-year-old kids that were cast to play these iconic roles from the books, and I think they did a pretty good job, even though they were really, really young. But I think they did an okay job acting in this first movie, even though you could tell that they're kids and they're a little inexperienced actors at times, I will say. So Daniel Radcliffe obviously plays Harry Potter. Everybody knows that, the boy who lived. Rupert Grant plays Ron Weasley, Harry's best friend, and eventually becoming Hermione's lover and all that stuff. They fall into a relationship that they develop over the movies, which I think is cool. Emma Watson, everybody, plays Hermione Granger. They're such a great little trio of main characters for this franchise, and this first movie really does a fantastic job introducing us to Harry, and then when he eventually meets Ron at the train station, and then when they bump into Hermione on Hogwarts Express, they immediately start building that relationship that these 3 characters would have throughout the franchise. Like, it starts right away. They lay the groundwork for it right when they meet, basically. And I think they did a fantastic job doing that with our main set of characters. But yeah, and then we have Tom Felton plays Draco Malfoy. Alan Rickman, rest in peace, man, plays Severus Snape. what a fantastic character, especially if you've read the books and then you've watched the movies. Just a really fantastic, cool character. Alan Rickman did a great job playing this character because he is portrayed in this movie actually as the villain at first in this movie. Like, there's kind of a little bit of a mystery with what's going on with the Sorcerer's Stone, and the movie makes you think actually that Snape is actually behind everything at first, but then that ends up not being the case. Professor Quirrell actually is basically the villain. So let's see, Richard Harris plays Albus Dumbledore in this movie, and he also played him in the second movie. And then he unfortunately passed away after they made the second movie, and then they had to recast Dumbledore, of course. So, but I will dive into that more down the line when we get into the movies. We got Robbie Coltrane plays Hagrid. Awesome character. I love Hagrid. And I love the interactions that he always has with Harry, Ron, and Hermione. I love the interactions. Who else we got here? We got Maggie Smith plays Minerva McGonagall, Professor McGonagall. Awesome. She's just fantastic. And that's just the thing about this movie is they were really smart with this young set of kid actor characters that they put in this movie. Like, even the side characters that they had in the movie, like all the other students, they cast all these very young, unexperienced kid actors, but they also cast these awesome just actors and actresses to play these other supporting roles at Hogwarts, and the Weasley parents, and just everything, the professors, the teachers. They cast these just amazing, mostly UK actors and actresses to play these roles and help support these young kids. And I really think it helped these movies out with like the dialogue and the acting and everything. And at first, when the movies were starting, it just genius on the writers, the film directors, the everything. Like, it was just genius on their part. And then we got Bonnie Wright plays Jeannie Weasley, the youngest Weasley sibling and sister. And Matthew Lewis plays Neville Longbottom. And there are a ton more of characters that I could have named in this. Like, there really is. It's just, the cast is crazy. And like I said, they literally, all of those people I just named, they are literally in all 8 of these movies. Some get less screen time, of course, but yeah, it's just crazy. This Harry Potter franchise is nuts. So basically, the story of the first Harry Potter movie is that we get introduced to Harry Potter right before his 11th birthday. He's finally old enough to go to Hogwarts, and he gets just exposed along with us. And that's something that I think the movie does a fantastic job of, is we go on this journey with Harry and discover this wizarding world that Harry Potter is being thrown into, whether you're talking about Diagon Alley, Hogwarts, just everything. And they do such a fantastic job of world building in this movie. Like, this is probably one of the best world building first movies in a movie franchise that has ever been done, along with the first Star Wars, the first Lord of the Rings. Like, just fantastic job. I mean, they explain everything to you and lay it out for you, and you get it and you understand it. By the time this movie is over, you are fully pretty much aware of this wizarding world that is so rich and lush with lore and everything and great characters. And it's such a cool little movie franchise. Me and my wife love this movie franchise. We watch these movies every year, put them in order and watch them. So, but yeah, so we go on this journey with Harry where he finds out that he's this wizard. He's this really popular, famous wizard that he didn't really realize. And we get all the Scar stuff, and we just get to go on this journey with him going to school at Hogwarts. And then there's the Philosopher's Stone thing that's kind of in the background. And it's supposed to kind of be what the movie's about, but I will say that, like, they do kind of, I guess, not totally focus on it that much. I feel like as it's kind of the name and title of the movie, it does kind of get left in the background a little bit more until like the very, very end of the movie, but that's just a little bit of a nitpick thing. But yeah, it's just, what a fantastic, like, just movie to like start off this franchise, because we get to see all of these kids like learning how to do spells. We get to see the magic. We get to see them learning how to fly on brooms at first. We get the Quidditch stuff introduced, which I will say some of the special effects also in the movie do not hold up very well to today's standards, that's for sure. Even when it came out in 2001, there were some of the special effects with Harry on his broom when he's first learning how to fly, and the scene with him and Neville when Draco throws his little remember ball or whatever and Harry goes to save it. Some of the CG looks shoddy, even in the Quidditch match, but those are just few little nitpicks with the kid acting and the whole the Sorcerer's Stone thing kind of getting left in the background when it's supposed to kind of be the main thing that the movie's about. Yeah, those are just little nitpicks about the movie, because the movie actually follows the first Harry Potter book very, very well. For this being an adaptation of a book into a live-action movie, this first movie is great when it comes to adapting the book for the live-action screen. Like, really good. And, of course, you can't forget about the score for the movie. John Williams, everybody. John Williams did the music, I'm pretty sure, for almost all of the Harry Potter movies. I'll have to look at that. But I know he did the first 3 or 4, but I'll have to go back and see if he actually was the one that did all of them. But I know he did the first 2 and the third one for sure. So, fantastic score, of course, for John Williams. He creates that iconic Harry Potter theme that we all know and love. It's John Williams. You always expect great things from John Williams. So yeah, guys, just the first Harry Potter movie, I just think the movie is very entertaining. Even though it's really aimed at kids, this first and the second one, really. They're very kid-friendly movies, but it's just so much fun to go on this journey with Harry being introduced into this world and everything, and going to Hogwarts, and the groundwork that they lay to establish all the lore and everything in this movie is just fantastic. They just did a really good job starting this movie franchise off. They really, really did. Like, I remember I think the back of a DVD that I had of this movie literally said, "This is the new generation and new era Wizard of Oz," basically. And I can see where they are coming when they're saying that. It's a good first movie in this franchise. So I'm going to give Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone an 8 out of 10, everybody. That's right. I hope you guys enjoyed that review and are looking forward to the rest of these. I'm excited to do this and rank this. I have been trying to do these movies for a couple years now on my channel, and stuff has always happened when I've tried to start them, and I wasn't able to do them. So I'm excited to get this done and do it this time, everybody. So thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you on the tube later, because I have spoken.